Been robbed 3 times, sadly. The first time we were just unloading the van, and we were unloading the van and carrying stuff into a job. And as we were walking back and forth to the van, someone was hiding in a hedge in the car park, and they were just running and dipping, taking tools as we weren't looking, basically. So it was quite brazen, like the way they were going about it. And because there's 2 of us unloading, we didn't realise that stuff was going missing until we were missing stuff actually in the job. So it was as quick as, like, they were just running back and forth to the van, and if we just locked the doors in between, it would have, or shut the door at least, it would have stopped it. So that was as quick as that. Well, the second time I forgot to park my van on my driveway, and I'd left it till quite late at night, put the van into the drive, and something didn't quite feel right. But what it turned out is that they'd used a screwdriver at about 8 or 9 at night, and just opened the locks with the screwdriver and emptied the van again. So it wasn't again till the morning that we noticed that we'd been robbed. And then the second time, they at this point we'd disconnected all the lock push rods so that it only worked on the central locking. So if you put a screwdriver in the lock, you couldn't actually open the van. And they'd spent about 2 or 3 hours whilst it was parked up in a car park while we were on the job. It got to the point where they just smashed the passenger quarter window and popped the locks like that to get in. But they'd done so much damage to the van at this point that sadly it wrote the van off, because they basically tried to bend every door out and break every lock. So it was a bit of a mess.
First time I called the police, they just said, have you got any CCTV? The answer was no. So they said, okay, here's your crime number, call your insurance. That was it. So I spoke to the insurance people, got it all sorted out, and then it got done again. And then, so I got a lockbox and some other bits and bobs, and then I started putting stuff up against the side door, because that's where they kept getting in. When I got all my tools stolen on site, there was actually CCTV cameras on the site. So it was looking at the van and all the cars in the car park, because they'd done 2 vans at the same time, both the transits that were parked in there. And they had cameras in and out of the site. But the police turned around and said, well, we're not going to pursue it. It's not worth it, basically. That's what I got told on the phone. So I just had to go straight back to the insurance people and ask them to sort the claim out again. I had my van done on the Sunday night, and I was going into work the Monday. All I needed was an SDS drill and some SDS bits. So I was putting big, like, stone ball caps on top of piers. So I had to drill through, resin fix them all, and all that. But I didn't have a SDS drill. I didn't have any batteries. I didn't have any bits for it, because it was all stolen in my boxes. So I had to go and spend, I think it was near enough about 300 quid just to get an SDS drill with some batteries and a kit to be able to drill in. Because I did try and use a plug-in one, but it just didn't have the guts. So yeah, so that day was a complete waste of my time, really. Cost me more to go to work than it did what I earned.